Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Monday the 13th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day outside. Got this morning a little earlier than I wanted to, with all the dogs needing riles around, I guess. So I was able to get up, got everybody out. No accidents at the house this morning, mostly for my dog, which was a good sign. So got him out there, got everybody else out. Have two little pointers that are here, and the one of them is like just obsessed with playing fetch, like insanely obsessed with playing fetch. Like it's obnoxious to the point that if you get rid of all the toys and the balls, she'll go dig up rocks. I've got about probably gallon and a half worth of rocks that have been drug out of my yard, and she'll set them by your feet, and if you don't pick it up and throw it within like 30 seconds, like if you're literally, I mean, it's maybe not even that long, she'll like bang it with her paws, like you know, like you with both hands, like a volleyball setter would set a ball, but she does it on the ground. But she puts it right next to like the stand or the table, the chair next to you and stuff. Then she bangs into the stuff, but then she shoots forward on it and knocks things over. So she's knocking over like my drinks and stuff and knocking things off, and just becoming a real pain in the tuchus. Plus she's being a little like super aggro towards other dogs when the ball's involved. She gets like, she'll put the ball down, if another dog walks near, she's like going after him kind of thing. So it's not chill. So I've been having to kind of keep her separated out, I guess, basically. So when there's a lot of ball play going on, I just put the rest of the dogs in the house, and then we play fetch for quite a while, and then let the rest of the dogs out, and we still let them out, and it is kind of what it is. I just got to watch them really close. So she's really the pain in the butt. The little puppy, which they think is the bad one, is splendid. Like, I love her to death. She is absolutely amazing. So yeah, all the dogs are getting along great. They're all doing well. Everybody's having a good time. Got a few things done around the house. Got a couple things on the printer, printing, all the good fun stuff there. Everything's going well. I had a meet and greet that was set up that was supposed to be, it's been canceled on me like twice now. And well, I canceled, I guess rescheduled. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. The dog described as being super shy, super scared of things and whatnot, and all that's never a good thing. So it kind of is what it is. But had a couple other things. I thought, well, I'll go get my run in early for all this takes place, so I have it over with and done with. Got the dogs back in the house. Ended up putting the little pointers in their crate. In their crates, I guess I got multiple crates, but put them in there just because they're so rambunctious in the house that I don't want to make my mom deal with it, and when I'm tearing up my house while I was gone. So went ahead, stuck them in the crate, went for my run, got my run in, got all that good fun stuff, got back, got cleaned up, got the dogs outside, got them all playing with again. Everything's going good. Had a dog schedule for pickup, gave one of them back, and it went just fine. Everything's good there. I kind of missed that little puppy. Oh my god, it's so adorable. But I seen her stuff, and I told him, I'm like, as I'm like out there petting the dog and stuff, and it's a young puppy too. It's a little pit bull, I think lab mix, but she is so sweet. Oh my god, or he's so sweet, and he's just such a good little dog. And I think they were concerned about him not being well behaved. I think they've had him at another sitter who complained meant just a lot about how that dog was acting and stuff. And aside from digging some holes and some little things that puppies do, he's been splendid, like absolutely splendid. You know, so one night, like, we were putting him back in the crate because he sleeps in the crate at night, just keep him in trouble and whatnot, keep him feeling safer. And he literally, from me outside, walked in the crate and pissed on the rug. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, come on, man, you know better than this. What are you doing? So I told him about that, and they kind of chuckled about it. But I was like, hold on, I said, okay, here's how the deal is going to go. We're going to put the dog down. You're going to go over there, and I'm going to stand right here. We're going to turn the dog loose, and who it comes to gets to keep it. So you can come visit the pup anytime you want. I'm like, I just have no problem keeping your dog. And they laughed. And they're like, okay, we're cool. They went ahead and they wanted to schedule another stay, which they've already done. I guess they're going to try and do some more traveling. It sounds like they were had canceled a couple things because they didn't find a place that wanted to watch their dog. And they're like, yeah, if you're good with the dog. I said, as of right now, I'm great with this dog. Like, this dog can stay here anytime it wants. We're 100% good to go. So they were super excited about that. That one went home. Another one went home. That went splendid. The give back there was fine. That dog also got a little bit aggro at times and stuff, whatever. Just kind of got a little, I think it was just overwhelmed. They're not used to being around that many dogs at once. So there's too much play going on. They kind of get a little overwhelmed, and they kind of lash out a little bit aggressively. But overall, it all went good. They went home. They were super happy. Dog went home filthy. It's just how it goes. I see your dog will go home tired and filthy. I tell them that in meet and greets. That's my goal here, is tired, happy dogs. I don't care about cleanliness. You know, dogs will be dogs. Give them a bath and you're good to go. So went ahead, had the meet and greet that she finally showed up, And she tried to change the time again, and I'm like, we can do it now or we can not do it at all. It's up to you, I don't care. But I'm already kind of annoyed with you. I usually wouldn't give this extra chance as it is. And then, so we had that scheduled out. One of my clients reached out and said, hey, can I come pick my dog up? And it was gonna fall in right about the same time frame. I'm like, hey, can we push it back like another 30 minutes or so, and at least 15 minutes to have a meet and greet scheduled. I wanna make sure it gets over with, because some meet and greets take longer than others. And she's like, absolutely not a problem at all. Completely understand it. So she was cool with it. Went ahead, had the meet and greet, lady got there, brought the dog in. It was just that, you know, some people they're odd people. This was odd people by far, by so many means odd people. And she got the dog inside and that, and I was finished stuff. And the dog sniffed me outside, seeing as she had to pee. She goes, oh no, she peed her. I'm like, hey, but you guys drove like 30 minutes down here. Let's, a lot of smells, let's not want to pee on my floor kind of thing. So already when you are refusing my, just the simplest of ideas to start with, probably not going to go well. So just all freaking out about there being their dogs in the house. So they're all put up, it's fine. We're going to let the dog sniff around a little bit. So I said, have a seat. And they sit down, the dog's wandering around a little bit. Dog came over to me, dog was getting some good pets. A little bit skittish, but not too bad. This is a big Doberman. And she was a little bit skittish, but not bad. So we finished up, we were hanging out. And then she decides to dig out a bag of treats. And I'm like, no, I'm good. She goes, oh yeah, because then as soon as she starts rattling, the dog runs over to her like, I want a treat. And I'm like, the dog hasn't lowered its energy yet. Like the dog's still on edge. Like, stop, don't give it a treat for this, because this is not behavior you want. And she's like, here, give her treats, that way she'll come to you. I'm like, she was being petted by me. Like I was already petting her. Like she was here with me. So I said, we'll give her the treat and she'll like you. I said, if I have to have a dog, the only way they want to be near me is eating treats. I don't want the dog around me, because that's not the way I live my life. That's not how we do things here. Dogs need to interact with humans because they want love and affection and attention, not because they want treats. That's just not how life goes. And she seemed rather put off by that. And I'm like, well, I kind of have my ways. So she kept like, I said, can you please just put the treats away? And then she looked at me like I was offending her by trying to put treats away. And I'm like, I just don't want them here, man. Like, just put the treats away. So she finally put the treats away. At that point, the dog's now riled up, because then the woman's being like all confrontational to me, like, these are how I do it. And I'm like, I don't give a shit how you do it. Your dog's not well behaved, and now I do it here. So I went ahead, got Bruce out, and the dog freaked out, ran from Bruce and went into with Bruce, and then was like super standoffish and stuff, to the point that she's up on the couch, and I was like, kind of like, hey, get her back off the couch a little bit, so that way she's on the evil level ground with my dog, and she's less likely to act like a turd head, being on higher ground, thinking she's more dominant, also kind of hiding behind the owner. And didn't go well, so I pulled Bruce over to me, which usually when I do that, the other dogs will come and sniff the backside of him because he's not facing them. So went ahead, and the dog kind of came out and sniffed a little bit, was just like constantly terrified. So I got the dog off the couch, and then as soon as Bruce turned to face the dog took off running, like ran to the kitchen and the dining room, just like basically fleeing out of like complete fear. And I mentioned to her, I'm like, you know, the dog seems to be kind of skittish. She goes, well, maybe if we give us more time. I'm like, oh yeah, but it's not really going that well, and it's, you know, I don't really want to hang. And she's like, well, usually she calms down in an hour or two. And I don't know if this woman thought she was going to do like an hour or two meeting with me, like to try and calm this dog down or not. But I'm like, yeah, that doesn't work. Like I get, these meet and greets are like 15 minutes. I kind of make my decision. And I'm like, what the hell? So I went ahead and texted my other client to pick my dog up and said, hey, you can head over anything you want. She's like 25 minutes away, knowing I would have time to get her out of there. I'd already kind of suggested like, yeah, I think you'd be better off finding a place that doesn't have as many dogs, because their dogs outside kind of at one point barked. Then her dog like freaked out. As soon as it heard the barking, like lost its mind, freaking out. And I was like, holy crap. I'm like, okay, I think you should just probably go somewhere else, and you know, better chance with somebody that their dogs and stuff. Let your dog have a better time. Because I told her, I said straight up, like, I'm all about the dog's comfort, and your dog's not gonna be comfortable here. So if your dog's not gonna be comfortable here, I don't want your dog here. One, I'm running a risk. I find that I'll take aggressive dogs over fearful dogs, because fearful dogs are much more likely to bark or bite than they are. Aggressive dogs are more likely to bark and give you warnings, where scared dogs will just out of nowhere react and bite somebody and or on their dog and stuff. And I just don't want her to take that risk. And it's for one night. It's not like it's a long stay. It's just, and it sounds like she never goes anywhere. It's like it's going to become a long-term client that I want to mess with. And I've been giving her hints of like things that like, hey, we can work your dog's way. And she's basically telling me to go screw myself, because that's not how she wants to do it. And I'm like, well, clearly your way sucks, but whatever. So I kind of told her, I'm like, oh, okay, good luck. So I stood up and walked towards the gate, opened the gate, and I was like, what the hell? And the moment we said go, that dog shot towards that gate like it was getting out of prison for a crime it didn't commit. And that dog was so excited. I said, see, I best of luck, you know, blah, blah, I'm not good. So she seemed rather pissed off that I wasn't going to spend 2 hours with her dog feeding it treats for 2 hours while it finally eventually calms down. I even told her, I said, you realize by giving your dog treats when it's in this super hyper nervous state, you're rewarding that behavior. Like, that's the exact opposite of what you want to do. She goes, well, that's how we do it. I'm like, yes, but and it's, your dog's now like 3 years old and still acts like this. Like, this is not normal dog behavior, you know, kind of thing. So I'm like, hey, I'm passing. Like, it's your dog, you live the way you want to live, just can't live in my house that way. So she seemed rather put off with that fact, but she left. Another dog got picked up, repeat client multiple times. Super easy to give back. Everything was good there. Sent the dog home. Again, filthy. It's one of those really super light colored doodles. It's just filthy. She goes, I'll give her a bath tomorrow. I'll give him a bath tomorrow. It's all good. So I'm like, yep, Cosmo was good to go. So they went home, headed back in, and with all the rush of stuff of what meats and drop-offs and stuff, I went ahead and ate my dinner early. It was leftovers from last night. I made a big bowl of mashed potatoes and noodles, and last night I just didn't feel like eating nothing. Like, I took like, I don't know, maybe 12 bites, if that. I was just done. I'm like, I'm not hungry. I just didn't feel like I wanted to eat nothing. So I ate what was left of it tonight and still didn't even eat a full bowl. I ate probably half of what was left. So I ate probably a quarter, and then I ate like half of it tonight. And so I've had like what would have been one meal over the last like 3 days now. So it's kind of been spread out. So it's been 3 days since I ate a full meal, but I just wasn't hungry. My body apparently didn't want the food and wasn't having it. So I think tomorrow night we're having Sloppy Joe's is kind of what we're after, I hope. So I think that's what we're doing. She's gonna make it tonight. I'm like, I'm eating that leftover. She goes, well, I said, if you have other stuff to eat, feel free to eat it. If not, make the Sloppy Joe's and I'll eat it tomorrow night. But tonight I'm eating those leftovers. I kind of punished myself for not eating it. I made a big bowl and I thought I was hungry until I got to eating. So kind of a little bit of a punishment. I was basically setting it up where I wanted to eat more, I guess, and to eat what I leftovers. I hate throwing stuff away. I hate the wasteful side of it. So, but yeah, that's that ramp I talked about a couple days ago. That's still there, but I assume it's gonna be there forever. But it seems weird that you can just park a house in the front yard, because I can't put a carport out in my front yard. Fence has to be covered by a 6-foot fence. I can't place my garage in front of my house. I have to put a garage, if I build on a new garage, it has to set back from the house and all this stuff. You can just put another little mobile house in the front yard. It seems weird, but whatever, who do I know? So anyway, went ahead, my wife had her dinner, ended up back outside playing with the dogs and just playing all the fetch you can play. Like, my arm's sore from playing fetch. So got rid of a bunch of dogs. I'm down to 4 dogs right now. I got another dog showing up tomorrow for just daycare, and then I got another dog showing up the next day and stuff and whatnot. But down to 4 dogs. I got the 2 little pointers. I got 1 really old long-haired wiener dog, and then I've got Sky, which is a Ridgeback. Not sure pure Ridgeback or a mix, but super active. So they're having all a good time. So yeah, hung out, had myself a nice little cigar in the evening. Got a little chilly, and it tried to rain off and on today too. It was kind of a miserable day where I was stuck inside a lot with the dogs off and on because it poured down rain for a while and the yard's a mess. But I did get my run in. It got cold early right before the storm got here, so I brought the dogs inside and it rained like hell. As soon as the rain cut back for a bit, I put on long sleeves and stuff and some pants and went for a run, and it was like hot. I was like, how the hell it went from warm to cold, rain, and now hot? I'm like, this makes no sense at all. So it was confusing, but the yard just became extra muddy. So we had to do a bunch of extra mopping, a bunch of extra watching the rugs and all that kind of stuff. So, but it is what it is. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.